So first, I guess I'll go over exactly what state I left the game in once more, because I really have don't not creative enough to come up with a different way to start a recording. So this is my mail. Um, I've locked one email per day, starting on the 9th and going back in time to the 2nd. And on several previous recordings, I have read these aloud and showed the contents of what they are. And probably when I get to the what I know for certain is going to be my last recording, I will go back through all of the assets that are unlocked and make sure that they are readable. I have unlocked 26 tracks in the soundtrack. There are some space left here that you can scroll through is not occupied by a track. However, because I have gone through every single route you can in the quote-unquote main game, also known as Virtual Machine 1, and the side stories, also known as the control simulation, it is very unlikely that there would be actually more tracks to unlock. I'll get back to that later. The music's going to get very important. Pictures, all of the wallpapers, all of the poems, all of the CGs, 3 secrets still missing, all of the backgrounds, 1 sketch still missing, and 3 promotional pieces of artwork still missing. The data collected is 93%. Okay, so what happened last time? I gave up, basically. So I got to, like, I guess, psychological state where it seemed to me extremely unlikely that I would be able to think of a way to unlock the documents I hadn't unlocked yet. Those are the text files that are under the internal folder. So the ones that are beneath these codes. So I was kind of this mood of like, well, I don't know how far Matpat had gotten into this game. I know he wrote a theory. I haven't watched it, of course, because I'm playing the game myself. But I don't know how much of this he actually played before he wrote his theory. And how much of it he just kind of got from fans and piggybacked off of them. But he had a few recordings out there. And so I decided, well, I'm going to watch these. And if he doesn't get as far as I did, then that's cool. If he does, or he gets further, then I have some explaining to do. So I started watching these, and at first, yeah, he didn't unlock more things than me until you get to the very last of his recordings, where he decides to do all of the side stories off screen, and then he picks up on, then after finishing all the side stories off screen, then trying to solve the file system puzzle. And does actually, I don't know how farther than me he got, I'll explain why, but I know he got some degree further. And the reason why he got some degree further was a consequence of his choice of how to go about it, where he waited until he had gotten through all the side stories before he decided to even start solving the puzzle. Well, with other than, you'll get what I mean later. Solving the music track puzzle, that is. So, what happened? Well, let's look at, going into my screen capture here, the text for the track 6 name ideas. So hopefully you can see this on the recording. It's written by Ive. So there's a set of track names that he's proposing, and then there's the code 030. Now, when I previously saw this a couple recordings ago, if you've watched a couple recordings ago, I thought that would mean that you would look for track 6. You look at track 6 and use that in the music, and use that somehow to figure out what the timestamp is that goes along with the code 030. And I also want to bring up meeting notes 2. So project plan upper, plan lower, meeting notes 2. We want to open this with Paint. So can you see it on recording? No, you can't, because I have 2 instances of Paint. So I'm going to switch this. Let's see here. Everyone's trying to come up with a name for something. Somewhere in here it says that what they're trying to come up with a name for is track number 6 of the control simulation specifically. So let me try to get that back up. It's a bit awkward and slow-paced. Okay. There we go. So I just had to hit Control Z and went back. Control, yeah, I just passed right over it. Control simulation track 6. So how we're going to apply, so there's 2, why do I bring up the point that it's control simulation track 6? Well, let's look at the music here. So track 6 is Poem Panic, but Poem Panic is not for the control simulation. It's part of Virtual Machine 1. All of the Virtual Machine 1 music was written by Dan Salvato. The control simulation music was written by Nikki Kaler. So, and those start off with your song, my song, your note. Your reality being the last track from Virtual Machine 1. So if I count these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Let's Teamwork is the 6th. Now, I'm going to test something about this. So kind of remember that's a bunch of wood block and there's a triangle ding, right? That's how you recognize that track. Now I'm going to go into side stories. And then going into this side story. See the exact same background music happen, right? So, what that means is that particular audio track is unlocked by opening that last piece of side story, which was going to look kind of unusual because a lot of these other tracks like Hug Energy, My Song Your Note, just a little bit is actually it's from Self Love. Hug Energy, I believe, is from the first one. My Song Your Note, that one is from Balance. It doesn't, the tracks do not unlock in chronological order. So the side stories have a chronological order, but the soundtrack tracks do not unlock at the same order as the chronology of the side stories. So, Let's Teamwork is a lower number in track number than some of these other pieces that show up in the background of earlier side stories. Especially considering that final side story for which Let's Teamwork is the background music, that you have to play all of the other ones first to unlock it. So it's guaranteed to be one of the I think it's one of two, or potentially even the last. Stories of Friendship and Literature might be the last piece of background music that you unlock. So why did this trick me up? Well, I forgot which exactly it was, but I could count to 6 from coming down from your reality. I could count 6 tracks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there would be 6 tracks unlocked, and it would be a different track than Let's Teamwork, and there would be some more. And because I thought that the tracks would unlock in chronological order, if there was a 6th track, and there wasn't a frame shift because all of the tracks from Virtual Machine 1 were already unlocked, that would be the 6th track for the control simulation, and it would be forever after, no matter how many side stories I did. And so upon realizing that whatever that track was, I forget, that its duration did not work as a timestamp, I just gave up. I gave up on the whole idea. Well, Dan Salvato, when he made this, decided to trick me and stick Let's Teamwork in retroactively in spot number 6 when it finally unlocked. And I didn't think that would happen, or even get the idea that that might happen. And so it's very unlikely that I've been able to figure this out. Now, of course, another hint that was in track 6 name ideas. So going back to track 6 name ideas, see if it'll show. Good. Is these potential names they were brainstorming, and all of them were talking about teamwork or discussion time. Now, back when I first looked at the track names, trying to use this as a hint, the track that was the most resembling teamwork was "Okay Everyone," track number 4, and I did actually try that timestamp. Now, Let's Teamwork. If I would have noticed that that was a new track that got unlocked, it probably would have caught my eye. The problem is it didn't unlock down at the bottom where I expected new ones to show up. It unlocked in the middle at track number 6. I don't think I saw a little icon showing that I had unlocked a new music right there. The music is not like the images where there's a little pink circle in the upper right corner that tells you that it's new. So I didn't take notice of Let's Teamwork. So anyway, Matpat took notice of this because he didn't start looking at this until he'd done all the side stories. Well, that's not true. He did actually look at this after doing only the main game and none of the side stories. But he knew because he had even part of the main game, because he hadn't even gotten through the whole main game yet, like I had, when I first looked at this, he didn't even consider the possibility that he had the tracks filled out far enough that it was worth it to try to solve the puzzle with the tracks he had at that point. So then he waited until he did absolutely everyone, all of them, then he returned to the puzzle. Whereas I thought that I had enough tracks unlocked that I could actually go at the puzzle, and that was my folly. That's where I fell. So I guess that's a lesson learned for future games. But what future games? Because I don't know of any other game that actually do something silly like this. So I haven't actually looked at the text of Meeting Notes 3, which I know is unlocked by this timestamp, yet. I just figured out that Matpat figured out this time was the right timestamp, and then I just clicked off because I want, just in case this information would open the floodgates and allow me to unlock more assets. So I'm just gonna look at it for the first time. So first thing I gotta do is change my clock to 1:57. So I'll do that. Settings. I gotta go to date and time. Date and time settings, and I'm going to change the time to, what was it, 1:57? And I'm not capturing this, which is making an awkward pause, which I'm trying to fill up by saying there's going to be an awkward pause. And then after I do that, I have to quit the game and restart it. So I'll restart it. And then I go to 030, which was the hint that was in 030. And then I'm at the right timestamp. And that hint was in, what's it called? Track 6 name ideas.txt. Okay, this is a short one, it looks like. I'll screenshot it. And then I gotta do this before. It's awkward on recording, but I gotta do this before I forget to do it because I don't have to go find another timestamp again. Okay, so that's just for me. Now that I finished that, I'll read this aloud. Control simulation. Okay, which is the side stories. Progress. Idea. Snapshot slightly earlier in time. Compare end of control sim to start of Virtual Machine 1. Yeah, and that explains why the beginning of the side stories sort of tend to act like a prequel. However, they do make it forward in time enough to actually get to the festival, because the festival is mentioned in the final side story, which I think is called Equals. Better comparison than both being parallel. Mature control sim versus reference VM1. I don't understand how that would be a better comparison. If they're capturing different sets of time, then they're different. Easier to detect failures to hide elevated access permissions. Maybe. Okay, fifth identity in Virtual Machine 1. Not part of the original genetic model, not present in data dumps, very bizarre. I think Matpat thought that the fifth entity in Virtual Machine 1 was created by Monica. Ive is less talkative today. Meeting ending on time? 12:55, OMG. Well, we now have another timestamp we can use. So I'll try to use that timestamp to unlock DDLC.txt or 14.txt. So not much in that one, but a timestamp. So I will quit out of the game. I will go back to my clock settings. I will change my time to, I have a screenshot, which helps me, just in case I forgot to write it down, 12:55. Change. Okay, now I restart the game. So I'll first try DDLC.txt, which is unlikely. No, 14.txt is more likely to have that timestamp. Maybe that's because that's a reason to check DDLC.txt first. So DDLC.txt was 404. Waiting for it to hit 12:55. There we go. This will probably fail. Oh. Well, taking screenshots. So I'm gonna, before I do anything, I will screenshot this. Windows is acting is on the fritz, and then I will go back to the game, scroll to the bottom, and screenshot again. Okay, now that that's done, I'll now read this, see what's in it. Doki Doki Literature Club. Welcome to the Rebellion. We're all working our, I won't read that word on recording, off with our jobs on the line, so we might as well have some fun with it too, right? I totally get why Paula wants to rush into data collection, but my proposal is to shift our efforts a little and build out some new features for making real-time connection to the VM more useful and fun. Is this written by Ive? I'm guessing it's probably written by Ive, because Ive was the one excited about making it into a game. If we're basically simulating a miniature universe, then it's kind of a waste to not be able to spend some quality time in there, right? But actually, I think wrapping this whole thing in the guise of a video game is a great and hilarious way of covering our tracks. And if we do a good enough job, we might even be able to present it to Paula as a useful endeavor. Key selling points. 5 to 6 hours of misery, dread, and cute girls. Learn through the existential crisis of others how to cope with your own simulated universe. Witness the destruction of a universe over and over in video game form. Haha, this is going to be absolutely amazing. And no, the irony isn't lost on me. Creating a secret team within a secret team is more meta than I signed up for. And that's saying something, considering we literally work for Metaverse Enterprise Solutions. We can come up with a fake game studio name and everything too. Obviously, no plans to go public with this, but it would be a good part of the whole disguise. Plus, I want a cool team name that makes us feel like a bunch of heroes for saving the universe. Kidding. But we're at least saving our jobs. Something like Team Salvation. That's good. Yep, that's pretty good. Okay. That's a good one. Well, that was pretty funny. Well, let's try that exact same timestamp on 14.txt. Probably won't work because there's probably only one timestamp per text file, but it's worth a shot. So let me go back in time to 1244 again. Wait, what was the timestamp? I think it was 1255. It's 1255, so I gotta go down to 1254. Change the time. Quit the game. Relaunch the game. Team Salvation. Some people have probably read that and were like, boo. A good pun is, there is such a thing as a good pun. It's not like all puns are bad. Okay. 5, 0, 1. Nope. Okay, so next thing to try for opening 14.txt is to look at track 14. My song your note is 243. I think I've already tried this, but I'm going to try it again just in case I haven't. So I'm going to quit the game again, change my time to 242. Hopefully I memorized the time correctly. I might just have got it wrong. It's taking an awful long time to launch. It's like, did I just break the game? Oh, I just couldn't sync my files. Okay, who cares? Okay. Let's see. Yes, I got it right. Okay, 243. I got to get in there before it's no longer 243. 501. Does it open? Nope, it doesn't. That's not good. Yeah, it looks like I already tried 243. Now, DDLC.txt didn't seem to have a hint of a timestamp in it, did it? Let me check my screenshots. 5 to 6 hours of misery, dread, and cute girls. That's not much of a timestamp hint. Okay. Huh. Well. So next thing to try is look through the emails again. So all of the emails were sent at 12:06 a.m. Now I've tried 12:06 a.m. and it doesn't work. But they also have dates. So perhaps not only do you have to have a correct time for 14.txt, but you also have to have a correct date. Now, my first guess for the correct date would be December 6th, 2019. And the reason is because the hint 404 is in the email that was sent on December 6th. The problem is that 404 is not the code for 14.txt, it's the code for DDLC.txt. So the only way I could think about that would be just, well, whatever has the hint, any hint in it. That one would be the email where we take the date from. I'll look at my screen. Look at the where I got the 1255 from. Nope, no other times besides 1255. So that led me to a dead end. Cool. So now I'm going to try changing the date to December 6th and the time to 12:05 and see if that works. So December 6th and 12:05. Let me write that down. Oh, December 6th is 12:06. Well, how about that? Maybe that's a hit. So we're going to quit. I'm going to change my date to December 6th, 2019. And change my time to 12:05 a.m. Change. Then I'm going to start the game. Cool. And then it's 5:01. Okay, it doesn't open yet. Wait till 12:06. See if it opens then. Oh, I can't sing the Jeopardy song because that's copyright. Wow, that didn't work. Let me check what date's on my computer. Yep, it's 12/6/2019. All right. Going back to the emails. Well, yeah, that is brutal. Nope, it won't open. Okay. Hunt through the mail some more, starting from the top. So December, we could try like combing through the dates, like December 2nd, December 3rd, December 4th, but guess that's my next thing to try. But no timestamps in here, besides the usual 12:06, because these are all written at 12:06. No timestamp in there, unless it's written out in words. Okay. No timestamp in there. Yeah, it just got 4:04 on December 6th. Okay, no timestamps in there. No timestamps in there. And no timestamps in there. Great. Up. Time appeared here. That's interesting. That's really interesting. So what happens if I move it to 12:05? Will this 12:06 a.m. shift up to this email? I'll try that. Just to give myself something. This is tricky. And then date and time. Change. So let's move it back to December 5th. Then we'll quit and restart the game. Let's hurry and get to the files first. 501. Okay, so that doesn't open. But it showed as new mail when this became 12:06. Okay. This game wasn't released until 2021. So there would be no reason to put this mechanic in the game unless you're supposed to use it somehow. So which emails should we have most recently sent? We didn't actually get any new mail. They just... Huh. 14. Do we change the date to... Or do we... There's the next thing to try. Just throwing things at the wall and seeing which one sticks. Try the timestamp 2:43 and the date 12:06. So let's try that. So I'm going to change my date to December 6th and my time to 12:05. Change. Then I will restart the game. Okay. And then ignore that. Just immediately go for 501. 501. Will it open? Oh, phooey. Oh, whoops. I did it wrong. But why new music unlock? What? There is no music. I don't know what happened there. Maybe it's a glitch having to do with the Steam syncing. I didn't do my idea. Mail, no new... Well, I see why it changed. Okay. Let me try to actually do what I said I was going to do. I'm going to change the time to 2:40... Okay, so 2:42. Change. And then I'm going to quit the game. Restart the game. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2:42. 2 And then go for it again. Wait till it gets to 243. Ah! Fiddlesticks. Oh. The date of 12/6 has got to mean something, though. Like, it's got to mean something. The timestamp's dead-ended. It's like Meeting Notes 3 had a timestamp. But that was it. There was no timestamp in DDLC.txt. And that timestamp was the timestamp for DDLC.txt. It went to a dead end. So 243 doesn't work. Let's see. Well, there's one more thing to think, and that is maybe if I get to 100% data collection, or even 95 data collection, that will give me a new email. And that new email will give me another hint, because this space to hold emails, it has like 2 more like slots. So there could be up to 2 more emails. So I guess what to try for now is try to get 100% data collection. And then try to look for hints on how to do that without, and then maybe like try to look at somebody's guide on how to do that if I get stuck doing it. And then try to find a guide that'll tell me that without telling me how to unlock this, the very last text file, 14.txt. And of course, the mystery of the missing codes has still yet to be solved. So on the topic of achieving 100% data collection, why is it showing those all as new now? This is so glitchy. That's a glitch. Like, that should not happen. It probably has to do with not being able to sync with the Steam on remote or something. Yeah, it's showing everything is new, which is ridiculous. Okay. So I guess I would start with these. I'm looking at these hints here. So one of 11 special poems. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I see. So it says there's 11 special poems, but there's only 10 spaces to hold special poems in the gallery. And then, so one of the special poems isn't in the gallery, but I've seen 2 special poems so far that don't wind up in the gallery. One being Happy Thoughts, and the other one being the one where you're supposed to like focus right on this dot or something. So if there's really 11 special poems and there's 10 secrets in the gallery, and 2 of the special poems are not in the gallery, then one of the secrets has to be something else besides a special poem, or there's a bug. So it selects 3 random special poems to appear when started for the first time. Okay. So you get 3 per run of the second pass, it appears. And it appears that all of the secrets that I've locked so far have been special poems. So I'm going to go into DDLC. And then skip. See, stare at this dot to reveal a special message. This one doesn't appear in the secrets gallery, which is... Oh. So that was like an impossible game style thing, wasn't it? Can you draw a circle? Cool. Does it show up now? I'll skip forward. I know it's a second special poem. Go through these. Cool. Oh, is this new? A joke. A man walked into a club. In the club, there was a girl who liked him very much. They spent some time together, and then she liked him even more. One day, the girl realized she was in love with him. Before disaster could happen, a third party intervened with their programming. Suddenly, the girl hated herself for being in love. This contradiction caused the script to derail. The universe started to collapse, but she killed herself just in time. Okay, I haven't, so that's might be two new ones. I do want to check if there's a timestamp hidden in the fake blue screen because it's fake. Okay, turn the skip off. Okay. So no, there's no hints in that. Cool. So then, well, I can't hit any of the buttons. Okay. So now let's exit. Really? Is that really a new music? No, it's just glitching out on me. No new mail is just glitching out on me. And of course, the pictures are all bugged, of course. Yay. So if you wait till the dot turns into I love you, then it'll appear in your gallery. And then... let's see. This is new. A joke. Now let me try to fix this bug by cycling through all of these. These excess pink circles are bothering me. Cool. And then we have a new art asset, new piece of promotional art. Oh, acquire all special poems. Artwork drawn by Satchley in 2018, which has never previously been shared. Cool. So there are still 2 missing. Still sketch missing. So if this is all of, well, but it says there are 11 special poems, but there's only 9 showing up here. So is this just not a... are 2 of the special poems just not in the gallery? I guess so, because the Happy Thoughts was not. And does that mean that this entry in the gallery is not a special poem? That is wacky. It's not a special poem. What is it? It would have made it just such simpler if all the special poems just showed up in the gallery, and if stuff that wasn't, this would be in a different category. Okay, so I'm probably going to stop recording here. So the progress that has been made is unlocked all of the special poems, which unlocks this, and all but one of these somehow. And unopened meeting notes 3.txt and DDLC.txt. What is yet to be done is unlock this remaining secret, whatever it is, don't know. This remaining sketch, whatever it is, don't know. And these 2 remaining promotional pieces of artwork, as well as open14.txt. And if I can't think of a way to do that, then I'll try to look for a guide or watch more Matpat and see if he gets there later on in his final recording, which he might have. I don't know. Okay. If you watched all that, thanks for watching it.